Hi guys, ako si Red Corres at welcome back sa aking channel. At yung bago pa lang kayo sa aking channel, huwag niyong kalimutan na mag-subscribe at sipain na rin yung tiny bell button doon sa baba para updated kayo kung meron ako mga bagong video na i-upload dito sa aking channel. At para sa video ito guys, magre-react ako dito sa Felip's Bulan is a proof of SB19 Dark Obsession. So, di ba kanina ka-upload lang po ng music video ni Felip na Bulan? And grabe, sobrang na-amaze ako sa music video niya. Quality ng kanyang music video, sobrang ganda. Yung filming location, yung flow ng story ng music video, yung Bakunawa and yung The God of Moon. Wow, sobrang ang galing ni Felip dito. Sobrang nakaka-amaze, talagang pinag-isipan yung konsepto. Grabe, pang international yung music video. Ang ganda. Sobrang nakaka-amaze at nakaka-proud lang na nakakapag-produce tayo ng ganito kagandang music video. And grabe, kudos talaga sa lahat ng gumawa ng music video na to, tumulong dito sa music video na to. Grabe kayo, napaka work of art po. Sobrang na-appreciate ko po yung music video ni Felip. Grabe, ang husay talaga. So tara, i-play na natin to guys. Itong Felip's Bulan is a proof of SB19 Dark Obsession. Sobrang excited na rin ako na malaman kung saan nga ba hango yung kanyang music video. Actually, meron na akong onting alam tungkol sa kanyang music video kung saan hango. Pero para mas maliwanagan tayo, panoorin natin to. Alright? At yeah, without further ado, let's begin in 1, 2, 3. So ito na guys, ipi-play ko na siya. Sobrang excited na rin ako na mapanood to. Alright, bilang tayo guys ng 3, 2, 1, go. So here we go.
The world is full of mystery. This is where I am. This is the island of Palayo. What's interesting is that it's shaped like a sea dragon with its mouth wide open. What's more interesting is the island right next to it. Yep, it's a crescent shape, just like the moon. So does this prove the legend of the Bakunawa? Or is it just a bunch of air in my gut?
Ni Ken. Ang kulit ni Ken, no?
The Philippines is a country rich in tradition.
Actually, si Ken kasi mahilig talaga siya sa mga myth story, mga ganon. Ang tungkol sa history ng Philippines, mahilig siya sa ganon.
Something has to happen to make it better. And what else is better than Felip's latest banger as the reminder? May 4, 2022. Felip announced this. 18 were like, wait lang kuya! Si kuya naman eh! Hindi pa naman ako ready! It was plain obvious that the next song is going to be based on Filipino mythology.
Yes.
But doesn't it feel like deja vu? It makes me want to say,
I think I've seen this film before.
SB19 has definitely done this many times. Just take a look at Mana.
Manananggal. Diba? Based talaga sa
It's a song based on a mythical creature called Manananggal that flies at night to hunt humans and leaves its lower body in a safe place. This cleverly became their metaphor for humbleness because they are performers who seek great heights when it comes to musical success.
Grabe,
They
ang galing
always
talaga
keep their
nila.
feet on the ground.
Nakaka-inspire.
What? It's the song where they mention the Iron Maiden. An ancient torture method that puts a person in a standing sarcophagus full of metal blades inside. It might be simple at first, but if you get locked into it for days, you'd end up falling asleep only to wake up over and over again to the pain of blades piercing your body until you give up and end up killing yourself when you couldn't stand anymore. Once again, their collective inventiveness made such a horrifying thing a symbol of real-life trials. Enter Pablo.
Ballerina.
This song talks about
Grabe
the two
yung mga
lives of a
kanta nila,
werewolf
no?
which
Grabe yung
created and depicted the
pinanguhugutan, yung
story of
pinanggagalingan.
converting self-doubt into acceptance and self-love. But all of these things were nothing compared to this power of manifestation. Just take a listen to this line.
Bakunawa.
Josh low-key predicted Felip's second single.
Philippines!
Oh, yan yung ginamit
In Philippine mythology,
Dea.
the Bakunawa is a dragon that swallows the moon and causes eclipses.
The legend of the Bakunawa started way back, even before the colonial period. The word was even listed in the Bisaya and Spanish dictionary, which is a direct translation of the eclipse of the moon. Once upon a time, Bathala created 7 moon deities with the purpose to light up each night of the week.
Yan yung story ng
They were
Bakunawa.
Subang, Banilig, Banolor, Bayari, Libulan, Bulan, and Haliya. During the nighttime, Bulan, together with his siblings, sometimes comes down to the earth to ease their boredom. Different birds would flock, and reclusive mermaids would surface together and become friendly with the animals to appreciate the siblings' unparalleled beauty and alluring presence. From the dark corners of the deep, the Bakunawa saw their majestic light, which immediately made the dragon obsessed to possess one of them. So it decided to emerge and succeeded in swallowing Suba in one gulp. The
Oh,
Bakunawa returned to the deep as it felt warm and its domain shined with the brightness of Subang's light. But it only lasted temporarily because the moon gradually melted in its gut. This frustrated the Bakunawa, so it flew to the sky to devour yet another moon. Haliya was his target this time because her radiant light was just irresistible. But her twin brothers Banilig and Banolor defended her, so they ended up getting
oh
swallowed
my
instead.
God.
The serpent
Ang ganda
then
yung story
retreated
ng
again to
Bakunawa,
enjoy
no?
his spoils. This scared the heck out of the remaining siblings, so Libulan got himself rescued by his suitor Sidapa, the god of death, who fell in love with him despite knowing they have the same gender. Mayari also left for the purpose of challenging Apulakay, the sun god, to
Apulakay,
rule
the
over the
sun
earth, but
god.
she would then be defeated, resulting in her losing an eye, so she would end up settling down by marrying a mortal man who would become the country's first shaman.
Oh.
Interesting stories for sure, but it's for another video.
Daddy, chill.
Anyway, after a few nights, the obsession of the Bakunawa took a turn for the worse as the 2 moons melted in its stomach yet again. At this point, only 2 moons remain, Bulan and Haliya. The
Oh,
Bakunawa
si
aimed for
Haliya pala yung
Haliya, but
nasa music
Bulan
video
defended
niya,
her,
no?
so he ended up getting swallowed instead. In desperation to save Bulan, Haliya mustered the light of the stars, which conjured a magic sword that she used to strike the Bakunawa. She managed to hurt the
Galing.
dragon, which resulted in spitting out Bulan. But he was no longer a god. He became a mere young mortal boy.
Ang galing, no?
Haliya saw this as an opportunity to keep Bulan safe, so she continued to defend herself from the Bakunawa by using her sword for as long as she could. She became a capable warrior and started to cover her face to grieve for his lost brothers and hide her ravishing beauty. Meanwhile, Bulan only remembers his name and retained his carefree and naive attitude. He had this occasional vision of a Bakunawa swallowing a moon, so he started telling it to the townspeople, which scared the heck out of them. Bulan enjoyed it, so he did it more often until the people realized it wasn't true. He
Ganda
was
ng
then
story, no?
branded as a liar. On one fateful night, Bulan saw the Bakunawa emerging from the lake, soaring to devour the moon. He immediately told the townspeople about it, but no one would believe him anymore.
Ay, hindi naman wala.
So he went to distract the Bakunawa by himself. It started chasing him. As Bulan ran for his life, he crashed upon a pile of cooking pans and fell. As he looked back, the Bakunawa was already
Galing,
retreating
no?
to the depths.
Diyan
Bulan
base yung
made such a loud noise that it woke the villagers, so
music
they
ni,
saw the Bakunawa as he
Felip.
was leaving. That is when they confirmed that it was true. Bulan proceeded to warn them because the Bakunawa might come back anytime soon to consume the moon. The young boy convinced them to fight back and protect the moon as he discovered the Bakunawa's weakness. So the whole village prepared and built the biggest weapon to defeat the evil
Kaya pala
dragon.
sabi ni
When the
Felip
Bakunawa
dun sa
suffers
post
again,
niya
the people were
na
ready
huwag
as they rallied
magpapatalo
together
sa
and started
Bakunawa.
making as much noise as possible. However, the Bakunawa still managed to swallow the moon, but not until they rang the biggest gong they ever built.
Galing.
destroyed Bakunawa's wings and it inflicted so much pain that it had to spit out the moon. The Bakunawa fell hard into the water and would never be seen again for a long time. Bulan had no idea that the moon he just saved was actually his twin sister.
Ganda ng story.
The legend says that Bakunawa to this day still attempts to swallow the
Galing
moon once
ng
every 2.5
ano,
years.
Yung music
That's
video
when the
ni
legend of the blood moon was
Felip,
born.
hango-hango talaga dito.
The
Lakas mga
explanation behind
Pilipino.
the moon's red color is the blood from Haliya's wounds.
Oo, kaya pala dun sa
Like
music
Bakunawa's
video niya.
been by. This scene represents an ancient childhood game called Bulan.
Oh,
It's just
galing.
commendable how Felip is creatively bringing back his country's rich ancient culture as it deserves to be remembered for generations to come.
Oh, Sai.
In Felip's universe, the Bakunawa symbolizes the haters. The eclipse represents trials and tribulations. To save the moon from it, Felip, along with his people, creates music. Music that produces a sound so profound that it sends shockwaves that ignites Haliya's burning desire to fight back and cast away this evil being. After all, Haliya is us. We are Felip's Bulan.
Oh my God, ang galing. Sobrang na-amaze ako, guys. Ang husay. Grabe ang galing. Grabe, kaya pala napakaganda guys ng music video ni Felip. So, mas naliwanagan ako na yung kanyang music video ay hango dito sa ating urban legend na Bakunawa na kumakain ng buwan. Diba? Yung Bakunawa, yung dragon. And si Bulan, pinakita din dito sa story, sa kwentong alamat nato. And yeah, sobrang na-appreciate ko yung ginawa ni Casual Shock na to kasi mas naiintindihan natin bilang isang manonood na wala din masyadong alam talaga sa mga urban legend. So ilan lang talaga yung alam kong urban legend and sobrang na-amaze ako. Sobrang na-amaze ako na merong taong gumagawa ng ganito. Sobrang na-obsess. Obsessed din sa SB19. Actually, yung kata talaga ng SB19 talagang hango talaga siya sa atin, 'di ba, sa kultura natin, and which is napaka-okay nun kasi nakaka-proud bilang Pilipino, and ginagamit nila yung music para malaman natin yung tungkol sa mga urban legend natin, sa kultura natin. Wow, sobrang nakaka-amaze ang SB19. So sobrang na-appreciate ko din guys yung music video ni Felip ngayon, yung Bulan. Ang ganda kasi ng flow ng story, yung cinema photography. Wow, grabe, sobrang nakakagudos, 'di ba? Talagang pang-international level na talaga yung music video ng SB19 eh. Sobrang husay, talagang pinag-iisipan and napaka-work of art talaga. And thank you din kay Casual Shock sa pag-share nito kasi at least nalalaman namin yung story behind doon sa music video ng SB19. And grabe po kayo, Casual Shock ha. Grabe kayo mag-research regarding dito. Sobrang na-appreciate ko po yun. And yun lang na guys, kung nagustuhan nyo ito, bigyan nyo siya ng malaking likes at mag-comment kayo kung meron kayong mga request na video na pwede kong gawin dito sa aking channel. You know, bye!